What's going on YouTube? It's Sankey and I make videos on the stock market. So before I jump into the plays, I just wanted to touch on the market for you guys today. Now I know a lot of you might be seeing red in your portfolios, but this is nothing to worry about. All you have to do is remain calm. If you look at the S&P 500, it's down about 1.5% today. A lot of companies are down today. That's the stock market. Sometimes you just get down days. But like I say to you guys all the time, it's a perfect buying opportunity for a lot of good companies that are going to finish the year strong. Now, if we just flick back a month ago, if you look at NEO, right, a month and a half ago, NEO was trading all-time highs around 55, and that stock came right back down to about $38, $39. Now, a lot of people panicked at that point in time, right? Thought NEO was going to fall through the floor, but it's a good fundamental business. And those who bought in at the dip around the 40 or below, now they're sitting on a company that is trading again at about $53, $54 and approaching their all-time highs, right? That is how you make a lot of money in the stock market. If you're patient and you're willing to buy at the dip, right? This is how you create a lot of wealth in the stock market. Now I've got a couple of plays that I want to share with you that have dropped significantly today, but I do think they're going to rebound and have a strong finish in 2021, and I'm going to load up on them. But before I get into them, I want to do a quick check on our home run play. Up on screen, we have Corporate Universe, that's ticker symbol COUV, currently standing at $48. Now, this is our latest home run play that I introduced you guys to over the weekend, because I do a lot of research, a lot of diligence, a lot of time is spent picking the home run play to ensure that it stands every chance possible to make the double up before I come and present it to you guys. And would you have it? On the day, up 46%, so almost halfway towards our target of 100%. Now guys, that's why I always say, at least, right, you guys should be investing in our home run plays. Whatever you can, if it's 25 shares, if it's 50 shares, if it's 100 shares or more, at least join in with us all, invest in the home run play, enjoy that upside, and then we can all celebrate together. Up on screen, we have Alpine 4, currently standing at $2.78, dropping 23% on the day. But guys, as I always said, Alpine 4 is a volatile penny stock play that has the potential to drop 20% on any given day. But this doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the business or they're not going to finish 2021 on a high. Now, there's a couple of things I want to put on your radar, some catalysts that can boost that share price right back up. The first is their incoming listing to the NASDAQ. Now we know they're making an uplisting to the NASDAQ from the OTC, and I've gone through all the benefits that this could have on the stock, right? It gives them access to cheaper funding, a lot more their stock is a lot more liquid, with a lot more access to a lot more different investors, guys. So this is a positive for Alpine 4 and could boost that share price up. Now they are just getting started on their acquisition journey. They've made the acquisition of 2 drone companies, Impossible Aerospace and Vayu, and they're going to integrate those 2 companies, right, to create a powerhouse within the UAV market. And guys, they've come out and said that they are looking to add some more support subsidiaries, right, to boost the market share in the UAV sector. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with some more acquisitions sometime soon. Now, we've got to realize that the drone sector is just kicking off at the moment with very high growth forecasts, right? And there's a lot of different use cases and applications for drones. So I want to put on your radar, guys. There's military, right? There's healthcare. There's government, right? There's product delivery. There's a lot of different ones. There's media, there's insurance, there's telecoms, a whole different host, right, of different applications and use cases that drones could be used for. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and Alpine 4 are positioning themselves to have a very nice portion of that market. So I wouldn't worry or be fearful about this drop. I would use it as a buying opportunity, because when the year does finish strong, you don't want to feel like you've missed out on a fantastic play. And another thing I want to remind you guys is that an absolute powerhouse in the UAV sector, a company called DJI, they're a Chinese manufacturer of drones which controlled about 70% of the market, has been blacklisted, right? And this opens up the whole game for other manufacturers to come in and take market share. And this positions Alpine 4 very nicely. So guys, all of these factors are yet to materialize, and when they do, it's going to play in Alpine's favor massively. So the strategy is to wait over the next couple of days, see if any support lines emerge, any patterns emerge in their share price, then take position in Alpine 4 and then get ready for the rise. Up on screen, we have Beam Global, currently standing at $55.82. This is an EV charging play. Now, what I like about them is their They have an all-in-one charging unit that's solar powered, right? So there's no construction, there's no engineers needed, there's no connections to the grid, no disruption at all. They just rock up, plant the EV charging station right there, and then it's good to go. So it's a pretty unique business model, and the key thing about this business, right, is that the rollout potential is very, very quick. So a customer can call them up, they can come out and deploy that in 3 minutes. Now the business is starting to pick up some speed and win some business. It was only a couple of weeks ago that the city of Montebello ordered 2 of their charging stations, and I think this is going to be the first of many, right? So there's some good positive things on the horizon for Beam. Not only that, they've received patent approval for a drone charging station, right? So this is key because one of the pain points with drones is how long they can fly for. So by having, Beam's UAV chargers dotted around, this is going to enable further growth in the UAV sector. So this is something to also look out for, and this is currently in development, right? So Beam have a lot going for them. They're in the early stages, but because of this, they have a lot of potential catalysts that can boost that share price. Now, because they're in the early stages, I do think this stock can drop a little bit more from where it is currently at, right? So they're priced up pretty high. They've got quite a big market cap for how much business and revenue they're generating at the moment. So the plan and the strategy with this one is just to monitor the business, right? And let's see if they can drop below $50. If they can, then we'll consider getting a position in Beam Global. Up on screen, we have DSG Global, that's ticker symbol DSGT, currently standing at 97 cents, down 26% on the day. Now guys, this one has fantastic future prospects. Let me just remind you guys, they have 2 subsidiaries. Their first is Imperium Motors, and they're a distributor of electric vehicles, right? They don't manufacture them. They go out and source agreements with manufacturers, a couple of Chinese manufacturers, to then import those vehicles and sell them on. This gives them access to a wide range of vehicles, from buses to trucks to passenger cars, right? Very diversified in their portfolio offering, and they don't have to do all the heavy R&D that goes into developing an electric vehicle. They also have their second subsidiary, Vantage Tag Systems, and they deploy fleet management systems, particularly at golf courses, right? But it can be used in other applications as well, like military, for example. So collectively, DSG Global is a fantastic business. Now, what I like about them is they're winning a lot of business at the moment, right? They've recently come out and said that they have business for over 6 million, which accounts for over 1,000 vehicles, and that number just keeps ticking up and up. Now, they've got a very punchy 2021 forecast that the management is certain that they can achieve, right? So they're looking to get 40 million in sales in their Emporium Motors business and 20 million in sales from their Vantage Tag Systems, right? This is huge. Collectively, this is $60 million. Now, with their current market cap, this actually makes them a very cheap asset, right? You don't often see, I've said it before, you don't often see EV plays which are 1x price to sales. And DSG is offering you that opportunity, right, to buy a cheap asset. So I do think if they're able to hit those revenue numbers by the end of 2021, you're looking at a company that is going to be $3 in share price. So again, the strategy with DSG is to wait and see how that share price pans out over the next 24 hours, right? Let's see if any support lines emerge, any trends or patterns emerge, and then we can think about getting our position, because I do see a lot of upside as we go through the year with DSG. Now I've got a bonus one for you guys. Up on screen we have Chek, that's ticker symbol CHEK, currently standing at $1.45. This is an early cancer detection company, right? So they're doing big things and they are absolutely exploding right now. In pre-market, they're up 64%. I'm sure closer to the time of market opening hours, it will be even greater. And I know a lot of you are jumping in this one tomorrow. Now, what I would say is this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to set your trailing stop losses, your stop limit orders, right, and protect your profits, right? There's a potential to make a lot of money on this one in a very short period of time. Just make sure you protect those profits, guys. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time of the day it is. Now, this question comes from Hyper Extreme. The question is, stop limit did not work on trading 212. So thank you very much for sending this in. Guys, if you have any questions or comments for me or companies you want to bring to my attention, leave them down below for me. So I'm going to give you a run through of how you do your stop limit, but also show you guys how you do it in a way that gives you as best chance as possible of getting that trade filled. So up on screen, we have Gevo currently standing at $4.31. Now, let's say, for example, I'm expecting a lot of market volatility. And if that share price drops down to $3, I want to get out of there, right? Now, let's hit sell. Then you go to your stop limit. And in your limit price, you select $3. The key thing here is what you select for your stop price, right? Your stop price is your buffer. So let's say, for example, you set a stop price of $3.10. Now, when that stock price drops to $3.10, what it's going to do is going to convert your order into a limit order, right? And then it's going to cash out at $3, but you've only given yourself a $10 margin, right? That's not much margin, and that trade runs the risk of not being filled, right? So you want to increase your stop price. If you give yourself a stop price of $4, this now gives you a $1 margin between your stop price and your limit price, and there's more opportunity of getting that stock filled. Obviously, the downside of selecting a higher stock price is that, for example, that volatility, it might hit, $3.90. It might cash your stock out, but then that stock might bounce back up, and there might be onwards and upwards, right? So that's just a trade-off between setting a high stop price and a low stop price. So you got to find that balance, right? That works, that enables you to have the best chances possible to cash out of your stock. So that wraps up today's video. If you're new, do hit that subscribe button, become part of the StockFix family. Also, do check out the Patreon, link in the description. You'll get access to the Discord, and I'm on there for a large portion of the day answering questions. So as I always say, the stock market is rapidly moving. Do check into the channel each and every day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.